Hello guys, welcome to another trade breakdown video. Today I'll be breaking down the trade that I took on Thursday, 8th of August 2024. It was a backtesting. It is the backtesting data. As you guys know, I have been backtesting for a while now, and I have already done an year and plus of backtesting. I have learned a lot of things in what kind of conditions, how the market moves, like how the market moves in this condition and how the market moves in this kind of conditions, right? I know them all. Why? And also this kind of condition, because I have back tested it all, and also I have made videos so that it can help me in the future, right? So that's a very good thing to do. I also suggest you guys to do it because it will help you in the long run, because as you know, we all are humans, we cannot remember it all. So keeping a track of it, keeping a data of it is very, very important. It will help you in the long run. So going on Thursday, I was looking for trades. On Thursday there was USD unemployment claims news, and even on Thursday right here it was USD unemployment claims news, right? So my weekly bias on GU was bullish, as you guys know by my weekly breakdown video, as I have uploaded it just yesterday. But the daily bias right now is not aligning with the weekly bias being bullish, right? That's okay. Clearly that's okay, because we trade with the daily bias. I have officially said that I trade with the daily bias and also decide the trades according to the volume of the previous days. Look, according to how this candle closed, my bias on the next day will be different compared to according to how this candle closed and what my bias is on that day, right? Because according to the volume of the markets, the market moves in volumes, right? Low volume, huge volume. So I will decide my zones / I will decide my trades according to the volumes. Okay, so that is what I want to say to you guys. As you can see right here, on Monday it was clearly bullish, Tuesday bearish, Thursday, Wednesday bearish. So that is why I was looking for sales. If I compare it with DXY, clearly you can see Monday was bullish, Tuesday was kind of bearish, Wednesday is also kind of bearish, but obviously it is bullish because the market filled up the fair value gap this much, and this week is not enough for us to change our bias. So that is why I was looking for bias going on Thursday. Okay, so on GBP USD we can clearly see my bias is bearish. That is when I go to the 4-hour time frame, and on the 4-hour time frame we can clearly see the market structure has shifted right around here, as in like the market was already bearish, the market was making lower highs and lower lows, accumulated for a bit right around at this point, right around here. This was the lower high that caused this new lower low right here. The market was bearish, and then some sort of accumulation happened right around here, right? There was a H4 fair value gap which can get filled, and now we will be looking for sales, obviously, as you can see. So on the H4, like, we don't trade H4 zones because we are not swing traders. I only look for zones starting from H1, M30 and M15, because I'm an intraday trader and I trade within the zones, within the day, right? So 4 hourly is not where I trade from. Yes, that my concept works on the 4 hour also, but I trade the H1, M30 and M15 to make it simple. Okay, so obviously I was looking for sales from this sort of supply zones right around here, and higher time frame daily bias was clearly bearish. So I waited for my timing, and you guys know my timing, right? My timing is 7 AM to 10 AM UK time. So the trade was higher time frame, daily bias was clearly bearish, H4 change of character to the downside, and the price action was clearly bearish, and the previous days were showing bearish momentum. So Asian high trading under a zone, as you can see. On the H1 time frame, we can clearly see the market has been trending between this lower highs and lower lows. So anything that happens here, it's still bearish for me. So this supply zone here was valid due to that. Okay, and also one more thing that I have figured out in some past few days is, even if the candle is entering with a huge bullish momentum in a supply zone, we still have to monitor that zone, because the next candle can literally shift its direction to the opposite side, right? Because it's a supply zone for a reason. This is a supply zone. I am looking for sales. So obviously after this bullish candle, if the next candle continues to the downside, we will not be shocked, because it is how the market moves, right? So that is what I was looking for. On the M30 you can see that that's the same supply zone, and also on the M15 we can see the market entered with huge bullish momentum. That is when I didn't enter the initial position right around here, but if I did, it was a break-even trade. I have already taken the trade. You can see the market made a move at 12:30, but here there were no enough confluence to take the trade. So what I did, I waited for the market to come back to this supply zone that was made internally after the Asian range has closed in my supply zone, right? This was a supply zone that I would trade after the hourly candle has closed. So that is when I waited for the retracement. I entered at this Fibonacci retracement, lower highs, lower lows, at this equilibrium level right around here. You can see, simple as that. I entered at this equilibrium with the 8 pip stop loss, targeting the Asian low, 1:3 risk to reward. And also in this trade there was M15 engulfing, showing that huge sellers are in the market, both here and here. And it was a M5 OTE level entry, and a beautiful entry signal right around here, which was also at my timing, which is 2:30, which is 10 AM UK time. So this was the last entry point. If the trade did play out after this, that was pre-New York session or 1 hour before pre-New York session, that I don't trade. So obviously if the move happened after this timing right around here, then I would have not traded, but it happened at our timing, so we took the trade and it was a winner. So I just thought of journaling this trade, making a video, so that in the future it will help me. So also there was DXY correlation in this trade. We can clearly see I have also journaled this trade if I want to ever come and see how this trade played out. And you can see the first entry was a break-even trade, then entered again at the first supply zone OTE entry at M5, and it was a winner. So yeah,